Hey, Salam people, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well and in good health. Okay, so right now we're going to take a look at 10 top tips on how to save money on groceries. Now, a lot of us obviously go to supermarkets, we purchase groceries, we purchase food that we need to eat to survive, and we purchase different types of groceries, whether it's vegetables, fruits, different things that we need. So, saving money on groceries doesn't have to mean sacrificing nutrition or flavor. So the idea is, coming up with a plan, a strategy, and being creative in order to be able to budget effectively so you can actually save money and enjoy some decent meals. So let's take a look at some practical tips, shopping a bit smarter and stretching our grocery pounds. So, number one, plan your meals before you shop. So, one of the most effective ways to cut grocery costs is to plan the meal for the week ahead. So, sometimes people are into fitness. They might, for example, buy some chicken and they might, for example, chicken breasts, and they might chop it into a few portions, cook it all at once, and then put it into tubs and put it in the fridge. They might have 5 portions, which will last them 5 days. So, something similar like that could be useful. So, check what you've got in the pantry, in your fridge, freezer, and then create a shopping list based on what's missing. So missing items of food, and then planning obviously helps eliminate or remove or make it much less likely that you would do any kind of impulse purchases, just grab anything off the shelf that you were expecting to purchase originally before stepping into the supermarket, and that helps you avoid buying items that that might actually also spoil quickly as well. So number two, so shop with a list and stick to it. So get yourself a list and then stick to that list where you can actually follow the list and choose whatever items you've listed down that you actually need, rather than things that, sometimes when you walk into supermarkets, they have these psychological signs, or the way they've laid out stuff where they've positioned certain food items or certain wording in certain places that people then might see, and subliminally it might enter their mind and they might want to pick up something as an impulse buy. So if you've got a shopping list, then you can stick to your shopping list, and rather than getting cravings and stuff like that, then you can stick to a budget as well. Buy in bulk, so it does make sense. So for example, I myself personally, when I go to the shops, certain items I'll buy in bulk. For example, 5-10 items of one specific thing, because it's easier then for me. Then I don't have to go back to the shop again. The way I look at it is time, to save time, because every time you go to the shop, it's taking you away from time. For example, if you're running a business like myself, or if you're doing family stuff, or you're an entrepreneur, whatever it might be, every time you have to go shopping and this and that, time's getting taken away from you in terms of being able to do other things. So buying in bulk purchases. So there's certain places where you can go to where you can buy bulk items like rice, pasta, beans, canned kind of foods. These are, in terms of perishable wise, they have longer dates on them, so they're longer lasting. And if you buy in bulk, you can just freeze them, or you can just store them in your cupboard or your cellar, and then use them over a period of a few months. And then stocking up like this is cheaper then, because you're not having to go to your local corner shop where one item might be more expensive because you already stocked up for that item. Okay, so number four, you can choose a store brand rather than name brands. So nowadays, a lot of the supermarkets, they have their own brands of a lot of the products. So you can actually, back in the days, they used to term it as no frills, and it used to be seen as a cheaper quality product. But now some of the actual supermarkets have their own versions. Yes, they might be cheaper, but the quality is a little bit better now as well. Rather than picking up something, a name brand that's well known in the society, but that's also going to have a well-known price tag attached to it as well. So choosing actual supermarket brands rather than the monopoly or corporate type brands out there. Um, Also, then going on to number five, shop seasonal and local produce. So fresh fruits, vegetables are often cheaper when they're in season, grown locally. You can check out your local cash and carries intercontinental supermarkets. Seasonal produce is not only less expensive, but more fresher, more tasty. Farmers markets as well. You might be able to get discounts, and community cooperative type places as well. You might be able to get good deals as there as well. take advantage of sales and coupons. So if there are sales in your local area, so I know, for example, we get a newsletter posted every kind of few weeks from certain supermarkets where if you buy so and so much products, you get like £2.50 off if you spend 25 quid, or you get £5 off if you spend 60 quid, or you get 10 quid off if you spend 100 quid with coupons. So these coupons actually they're available in the USA, but also the UK as well and other places. So use these coupons when you buy in bulk, and then that'll help reduce the cost of your shopping in terms of total price. Reduce food waste. So don't just make something and then not eat it. So make sure that when you make something, if you're making in bulk, like a larger tray or something of food, make sure you eat it or freeze it properly or put it in the fridge, and you can have the leftovers the following day, or you can share it with family, neighbors as well. But the main thing is not to throw food away, because obviously you see people around the world, in many places around the world, are not even getting food. So we're in the privileged position that we can actually get food relatively easily. So we need to be aware of that and not waste it, reduce food waste, and also help the planet. Okay, so limit processed and convenience food. So try and stick to fresh food as much as possible, rather than kind of microwave type foods or processed foods, snacky type stuff, ready made meals. Try and cook fresh where you can. Sometimes fresh might be a bit more expensive. Depending, if you go to some of the intercontinental stores, cash and carries, you can actually get good deals on some of the chicken and lamb and beef and stuff like that. Normally cheaper than other places. You can get halal kosher meats as well here in the UK, and then you can use these meats to make fresh food. You can make fresh pastas. You can make other fresh items like soups and stuff that are healthy, nutritious, and only require basic ingredients. Much better than processed stuff, which is, you know, is dubbed in high sugar quantity and high salt, and it's not good for your body. So shop less frequently. Try and go maybe once every fortnight, or something like that. Depends on your size of your family and how much you're spending. So it could be once a week, it could be once a fortnight, it could be once a month, depending on where you live and how much food you need and what kind of shopping you want, and how much you need in terms of being able to stock up for a period of time. So rather than going 3-4 times a week to the supermarket, if you can just go that once and get everything at once, you'll save costs on fuel, time as well. Obviously, I'll mention you have more time to do other things like make more money, do a hard side hustle, work a few extra hours at your job, whatever it might be. So think about planning and strategizing and plan ahead so you can shop less frequently. And finally, number 10, keep a track of your prices. So some of the things that I do is when I go to the shop, I get all the receipts, and then I basically have a look at how much it was spent, what it was spent on, stuff like that. And you can also create a simple spreadsheet and put days, dates, and stuff like that, and just type in how much you spent on the day, and maybe even the supermarket you went to. And then at the end of the month, you can tally up how much you spent on a monthly basis. And then over the year, you've got like 12 different figures of the monthly shop that you've done. And then year on year, you can do a price comparative. You can see, are grocery shopping getting more expensive, or are you budgeting better? And that way, it'll help you budget better and understand how much money is actually going on things like groceries and shopping or expenditure, whatever it might be. Okay, people, do let us know what you think. Give us some tips that you might be using in the comment section below on how to save money on groceries and shopping. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out the links in the description. Catch you in the next one.